Hello, my name is Michael Glass from yourforexriches.com, where successful traders never stop learning. And we're going to go over our end of the day technical analysis wrap up for February 2nd, 2011. But before we begin, we need to go over our important disclosures. Any symbols that you use today should not be inferred as a trading recommendation, no matter what form of investing you choose, stock, forex, futures, option. There is a substantial risk associated with them. You can lose all of your money. You have to determine whether or not that risk is suitable with who you are as a trader. And any strategies, backtesting that we do is purely for evaluation. Future results are not guaranteed. Any investment decision is solely your own responsibility. Trade at your own risk. Okay, as we begin to look at the charts, you're starting off with the dollar yen. And it's a little interesting. We have a stock long term clearly in a downtrend. We talked about this yesterday. But when we zoom in a little bit, you can say, well, maybe, just maybe, short term, it's trying to put in a lower high, which makes it interesting to see what's happening on the 1 hour chart as the market broke out, got a nice Bollinger Band breakout right here, and then came back and is sitting at the 20 moving average. So the question is, are we going to bounce and continue higher? So I probably would put an alert in this area of 1160, 8160, 8159 to see if we're going to break above these wicks and a continuation of a bounce. But again, remember the larger trend is down, so this is counter trend to what we're doing. You can see on the 4 hour chart, what did we do? We went up into the 20 moving average and we're basically failing. So are we going to make another run? Well, to do that, I would again put an alert above the wicks and see if we're going to make another run into that 20 moving average, or are we breaking lower? So alert. And those who watched yesterday, you can see most of our alerts did trigger yesterday. At or above, that's good. And we also want to go with the failure, and we already have an alert for our if we break below the basing here, and that kind of came in from yesterday. All right, let's go on to the next one. Let's go with the dollar franc. Clearly in a downtrend. Clearly in a downtrend. And looks like it's coming back to test the lows. Let's look at this. That's on our daily chart. On our 4 hour chart, I mean, we're in an uptrend on our 4 hour chart. Let's come down to a 1 hour chart. See, I want to see if we can get all the way down here to the 20 moving average as we were just talking about on the dollar yen. I want to see if we can get down here to this 20 moving average before I would be interested in going long, because we're in a downtrend, so no real need quite yet. More than likely, if we get down here to the 50 moving average, that will be around the 20 moving average. We are finding a little support here on the 20 moving hours on the 30-minute chart. But right now, I don't see a trade, and I'm not going to put an alert on it. But I will be interested if it can get down here before I go long. 4 hours at support too. So we are at some support. Let's stick with the dollar and go with the dollar Canadian. And we can see that we're in a downtrend, but you can see the choppiness here. Let's break it out here. Right now we're continuing a downtrend, but you can kind of see that we're trying to hold on to this 98.50 level. We got a couple inside bars on the daily here. We got inside bars here on the 4 hour, so we could be trying to break out. And there we go. Look at that. On our 1 hour chart, we do have that volatility, low volatility we're looking for. We got a Bollinger Band squeeze. So you can put it right here, but I'm going to go ahead and go with these wicks here. So I'm going to put an alert here. And what I'll do is, starting tomorrow, we'll let everybody know which alerts were triggered. And we also want to see if it might go down to the bottom side, so we'll put an alert here. So if it gets below the bottom Bollinger Band, I want to know. So that is below. Even on the 30-minute chart, we can see that we're getting some resistance at the 50 moving average on the 30-minute. And that would get us above the 50 moving average. So nice low volatility Bollinger Band squeeze. And we have our alerts in to catch the breakout one way or the other. Let's go with the pound yen. What do we got here? We got a buy on that. Yes. Yesterday we got a confirmation of an uptrend. You can see on the daily chart we are struggling at the 200 moving average. 200 moving average. So I would be interested if we can break above that. So my daily chart says, hey, let's put an alert above 132.32. The 4 hours kind of giving us the same thing here, above the wicks here. And we can see on a 1 hour that we're starting to get there. We're starting to get into a low volatility area. Low support with the 20 moving average. So there's reason, even though on a longer time frame, you know, we're in a downtrend, consolidating heavily, and this 200 moving average is strong on the daily. We can see some strengthening and some support underneath us. So I am going to go ahead and let's make this a little bit bigger, and I want to know about us breaking higher. I want to get above that 200 moving average. That's why I'm going with the daily chart and not with the 4 hour to 1 hour, because the daily chart is the one showing us the most resistance in this move. And you certainly can bring it down lower. I'm trying to match with the wicks. I'll bring it down just a little bit there. There we go. Right there. Let's move on to the next one. We can see, looks like we got some weakness with the yen. So we're going to the Aussie yen, and we can see, downtrend long time frame. We could draw an ascending wedge here, draw a trend line, draw on these wicks, and drawing a trend line down here. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. And then another one here. So you can see we're kind of in an ascending wedge here. But we are in an uptrend short term, longer term, we're in a downtrend. We'll blow it up a little bit, see what's going on. A lot of consolidation going on. Look where we pause. On the 4 hour chart, we're pausing at the 200 moving average. And our 1 hour is giving us a little pinch. I like to see it pinch a little bit more. Support here. So we kind of got resistance on the 4 hour chart of the 200 moving average, and we got support of the 200 moving average on the 30-minute chart. So this really could go either way, but we said that it's possibly going higher on a shorter time frame. So I want to know if it gets above 82.56 here. But we'll probably watch this more throughout the day. You want to come back and check this, obviously throughout the day. And if our bands on the 1 hour start pinching more, then I'll definitely check it and adjust my numbers later. Sticking with the Aussie, let's go with the Aussie CAD, Canadian dollar. Looks like we're in a nice uptrend here. Let's go back to the pointer. We're in an uptrend. Like to see a breakout. 4 hour, finding some support. The 1 hour, pulling back to the moving average here. Will be interesting to see if we are going to push back down and test the lower. So I'm going to be aggressive on this one, and I'm going to put an alert to see if we take out the wick here of the inside bar again, just to see if we're going to come down here. I like plays into moving averages and going back in the direction. And although we're in an uptrend, and even our daily kind of supports our uptrend, we do have a push lower. Now, what's against us on an even shorter time for 30-minute is this 200 moving average. But if you want to be aggressive, this is I'm clearly stating it. This is aggressive. I'm going below the previous wick. And remember, they're just alerts. Not saying to trade it, just alerts. We'll stick with the Aussie, but we're going to go with the pound Aussie. Alrighty, downtrend, short term, longer time frame, little uptrend going on here. Some support in here, a little resistance in here. We'll blow it up a little bit, get a better view on our daily. Look at the 4 hour, just all over the place. And again, so here we go. Here we are again. This is, I like to plays off the moving averages. What I don't like about this one though is these candles. These candles are just all over the place. And if you believe we're in an uptrend, which our last PPS indicator gave us, then you could put an alert above this candle, as we see if we can go retest this high, which will get you. But again, what I don't like about it is the choppiness of it, so I'm going to pass on that. And let's see, do we have any more with those? No, let's go over to the euro. Start with the euro dollar. We got an inside bar here. We've been in a great short-term uptrend. Sort of a bounce here on the 4 hour chart. We do have a potential bounce on the 1 hour chart, but I don't see an ideal setup. So I'm going to pass on the euro dollar. And we'll finish. We got two more. You can see the daily's choppy on the euro New Zealand. We're sitting at resistance though of the 200. We did look at this big move on a 4 hour chart here. So this one's a big breakout, and we may be a little late on this one. We got a breakout on this one and pulling back. So let's see where this one pulls back. Something to watch. But I think it needs a little bit more pullback before we get in. And finally, let's look at the euro franc. Downtrend, resistance of the 200 moving average. Not quite up there yet. Nice rising 3 pattern coming on here. You can see here's our Bollinger Band squeeze play. It already broke out to the upside. The question is, where is this going to find some support? We're coming on the shorter time frame. Got the 20 moving average. I'm gonna probably come back to this one and see, firmly bouncing off the moving average on the 1 hour, even off the 30-minute, before I get in. This one has already broken out, so we missed that, but we can try to catch the bounce. But keep in mind, long-term downtrend. So we want to thank you guys for watching, and we want to share some resources with you. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Either Your Forex Coach on Twitter and Your Forex Riches on Facebook and Twitter. But if you go to our site, Your Forex Riches, you can just click on the link to find our social media links. We got a great trading room for you. Earn while you learn. No automatic billing. They've got a free trial. Great system using our market profile. So go to yourforexriches.com trading room. Another partner we have with our broker, 201 Leverage, and you can get access to your money. Some places it's a little bit harder to get your money. They hold it for a couple of days. So great futures broker for you, and a great signal software for you for those looking for signals. Predicts the 8 hour trend in advance and helps you trade within 60 seconds or less. So thanks guys, and we'll see you tomorrow with our next technical analysis wrap up for Thursday.